guys, this is Hayden Hurst, NFL tight end. I'm partnering today with Red Recover. We're going to run you guys through some drills. I started using Red Recover last year, my 4th year in the NFL. It just helps me on Mondays after games get my recovery process started, get back into the fold of the week, and get ready for the following Sunday. And if you want to recover like me, use Red Recover.
Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They're committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. Property damage claims to your home, business, or condo as a result of a hurricane. Welton Rayom can help. Water, mold, fire, smoke damage, Welton Rayom can help. Call 954-966-4646.
If you're a Miami sports fan, then there's only one store to go to, and that's Caneswear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your inner Miami CF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2511 South University Drive in Davie, and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or innermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Caneswear, the spot where inner Miami and all Miami sports fans shop.
When you move, you need a reliable company led by passionate folks, eager to assist its customers during a transitional process that needs to be smooth. Call Essential Moving Experts at 844-368-5750 for all your local and long-distance moving needs. You can rely on Essential Moving Experts. Mention the Big O Show and get $150 off. Family owned and operated, they offer free 30-day storage, full-service moving, fully licensed, bonded, and insured. Moving was never so easy. EssentialMovingExperts.com.
Oh, great. You got a doorbell camera. Now you got a front row seat to your house getting robbed.
No.
And there's nothing you can do about it.
Get out of my house!
Oh, Mom's jewelry. There goes the TV. I'm sure it'll turn up at the pawn shop.
No!
Just because you can see them, that doesn't mean you can stop them. With Sloan's, you get 24-hour monitoring, a free home security system, and professional installation. Plus, a free doorbell camera.
Free?
One that'll actually work for you. It's not total security unless it's the Sloan Shield. Call 1-800-ALARM-ME.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
Why is it that you get locked out in the worst moments of your life?
Where are my car keys?
Man, I can't find my house keys.
In those frustrating moments, you need a locksmith you can count on. A. Lenny Locksmiths. In South Florida, from Miami to Port St. Lucie. In Central Florida, A. Lenny locks it down in Orlando and Tampa Bay. Lockouts or lock changes for home or business. Car key replacements and programming all model cars. 24-hour service. Call them at 855-869-5625. Go to the website at alennylocksmith.com.
Statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc., ownership, management, sponsors, or website. It's time for Dolphins football. Welcome to the EJDConstruction.com Miami Dolphins Pregame Show on the Sports Talk 305 network. The show is mastered by Sean Stanley and Chad Shobe. EJDConstruction.com is a fully insured liability and workers' comp. Call Eric if you need a custom home builder or general contractor. 305-433-4843. Here's your host, the Big O.
Oh, baby, we are locked. We are loaded. We are ready to go. We are ready to rock and roll. Sean Stanley, of course, mastering the program like he does every single day, like we do every day here on the platform. Getting ready for the Niners. I got to tell you, I think I fell for the sell job. I don't know. I think I fell for the sell job. We'll see. I haven't seen anything yet about Teron Armstead. I know he's listed as doubtful, and it sounds crazy. And the responsible thing to do is do not play him at all today. But I don't know why I get the feeling he's going to try to give it a go, and he knows how much this means to Mike McDaniel. No matter how much Mike McDaniel says, it doesn't mean much to him. You know, Mike is not a guy that's going to call out his coaches, not going to call out his players, not going to call out any rifts he may have with any of his former people that he may have been tied with, all that kind of stuff. So we'll keep you updated on what's going on with the Teron Armstead situation, because obviously that is a big, big part of the equation today in San Francisco. So we shall see. Look at there's Joe Schad and David Furones over in California hanging out. I like it. I see Lamar Jackson got injured. Just bad. But hey, Deshaun Watson threw an interception. How about that? We got all kinds of stuff going on. This is kind of a different pregame show, because we're so used to doing pregame shows where, you know, it's before all the unless there's some game in, you know, London or Germany or something that went off at 9 a.m., then maybe we've got something going on while we're doing the show. But this is 4 o'clock starts are not as usual and common for us. And they would have had another one, by the way, if they didn't flex it out. Next week, we're going to be on late at night, actually, because we're going to be on at, 6:15, 6 o'clock, whatever the pregame, because 8:15 is on Sunday. So they've moved the Chargers game over. And so we'll have that game when we start our pregame. We'll be wrapping up the 4 o'clock game. So this is kind of a little bit of a different story going on. We can keep you updated on all the scores and anything that may affect our world, which, by the way, at the moment, if we can keep you updated right now on the NFL scoreboard, most of you have phones and stuff and you're keeping up with it, but the Steelers are beating the Falcons 13-3 with 7 minutes left in the second quarter. Slowly but surely, Kenny Pickett is playing better and better. I like that kid, man. He's got the moxie. You know, that's a kid that I think eventually will develop into a nice little quarterback for them. Bears are leading the Packers 10-3. I hope Justin Fields is watching what Lamar Jackson is doing. Besides being really stupid, not hiring an agent, banking on himself as a running quarterback, learn to beat people from the pocket. Running quarterbacks only end up one way, injured. It's just the way it goes. I don't care if you're Justin Fields. I don't care if you're Jalen Hurts. Just watch Lamar Jackson. You better become real passers from the pocket. If you want to live with your legs, you will die with your legs. That's what's going to happen. That's it. And so, whatever. Handle it however you want. But there you go. Justin Fields and the boys are leading the Packers 10-3. And you know Aaron Rodgers has owned the Bears for many, many years now. Lions are pounding the crap out of the Jags 20-3. This is one of those moments that you wish Urban Meyer was still with the Jags. The Vikings leading the Jets. Good news. 10-3, kind of something we expected, right? Because they're not playing a backup quarterback. So we'll see what happens in this game as it develops. Vikings, by the way, do have the ball again on their side of the field, but they're leading 10-3. Commanders are leading the Giants 13-10 with 2:30 left in the half. And it is the Eagles leading the Titans 14-7, 11 minutes left in the second quarter. Ravens and Broncos are knotted up in a field goal fest, baby, at 3-3. 2-minute warning there in the first half. And the Texans are leading the Browns 5-0 with 9 minutes left in the second quarter. And in that game, the alleged rapist, as I mentioned earlier, did throw an interception. He's 4 of 8, so a mediocre 50% completion percentage, 57 yards and an interception. And that makes us all happy. Those of us that at least root for human beings, not for animals. Anyway, so that is a rundown of the heavy schedule in the first half of the day. Besides your Miami Dolphins taking on the Niners, the Seahawks are taking on the Rams also at 4:05. And the late 4 o'clock games, which are Chiefs at Bengals 4:25, hell of a game. Our own Cameron Wolf is there, by the way, covering that game. And then Chargers at Raiders at 4:25, a game that really, whatever, you can watch it for the, because of Herbert next week, but it's really not a game that really means much, in the big picture. Tonight we'll be bored with the Colts and the Cowboys, unfortunately. So we're labeled with another crappy Sunday night game, unfortunately. So listen, none of us will give a rat's ass about the Sunday night game if the Dolphins win today. Okay. We'll be so euphoric. We'll be on the air for the first half of that game anyways, pretty much. So, it's just one of those deals. And Joe Shad and Marcel Louis-Jacques will join us fresh out of the locker rooms today. They will be our post-game guys, giving us the feel on what happened with Mike McDaniel, the players, all of that going on. Darlington is reporting that Tehran is out. Too bad. That sucks. That absolutely sucks. Oh, well. But they still can win. That's the good thing. It's going to be a hell of a lot harder. I'm not going to lie to you. You guys know that I'm not here to, as much as I love the Dolphins and root for the Dolphins, I will be the straight shooter that I normally am. Without Tehran, if that's true, Tehran is out. Sean, please confirm with me that Darlington's reporting, and the report is that Tehran is out, which is not surprising. You know what I mean? There's a part of me I was thinking, I think he's going to play, man. I think he's going to play. There's a part of me, he's getting on the plane. He's going out. He knows McDaniel wants this badly. They probably did the right thing in protecting him from himself. They've been very precautionary this year overall. I think the one time that people don't think they were precautionary was the Buffalo game, where, you had that hit in the first half on Tua, and he comes back in the second half and, is able to get it done. And some people think that, that's where they screwed up. You know what I mean? By the way, we have a new way that we hope to help broadcast, a different platform. It's called Rumble. and it'll help us grow too. It's another one that generates revenue for us, by the way. Twitch, Twitter, they don't really generate revenue for us. YouTube does, and Rumble does also. And it's an alternative to YouTube also for you all out there. For some of you, maybe, you know what I mean? There might be videos there you won't find somewhere else. We have a link right here on our YouTube page. We need to get to 100 quickly so we can get our channel live and start broadcasting live from it. So that is the requirement before we go. You just can't sign up and then go live with it. They need to have 100 subscribers on it. Our link is there on the YouTube page where it says community. If you don't mind, please. And who knows, that might be your alternative. You might end up watching us through Rumble instead of YouTube. I don't know. Give it a chance. I've already posted some videos from last night's concert, which I can't do on YouTube, but I did it there, which is cool. So I posted it there. Phoenix, the Struts, Jack White. I posted some videos there. And so, check it out. And we're going to go, once we get 100 and Sean is able to set it all up, we will go live every day on Rumble, just like we do on YouTube and Twitter probably. Twitch could be the one that we end up knocking out when it's all said and done. So if you would be so kind, please download Rumble and subscribe to our channel, Big O Radio Show. The link is right there on our YouTube page, so you don't even have to go searching for it. We put the link there on our YouTube page. Look, we got 200 people right now on the chat board. If half of you go sign up with Rumble, you will activate our account right away so we can go live. So I'd appreciate it if you guys can go out there and check it out. It's going to be another way for us to generate revenue so we can actually grow and all that stuff, because none of this is done for free, unfortunately. And we've got all these insiders. They're all getting paid. Everybody's getting paid. You know what I mean? But that's kind of the idea. Give you guys the best coverage all over the world of South Florida sports. But we've got to, take care of people that come onto the platform. So I'm being brutally honest here. You know what I mean? It's another revenue stream for our show. And we need as many revenue streams as possible, whether it's a donation to Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show, a super chat, watching on YouTube. Every time you watch, every time you hit that like button, all those things will help generate revenue for us and generate more audience, more subscribers, all of that. We want to make a push to 20,000 subscribers here on YouTube. So let's help us get into that area. But for now, check out the Rumble account, please, and subscribe and get us to 100 as soon as possible. I would love to get to that 100 today. So maybe tomorrow on Monday, we're already starting on Rumble live and going there every single day. So if you can, please. Yeah, that's right. Let's rumble in that jungle all together. Who knows? You might end up watching us through Rumble more than YouTube. You just don't know that. You just give it a chance. You know what I mean? YouTube's kind of had a monopoly on this whole thing. This looks like an interesting alternative, and again, another way of generating revenue for the show. So thank you. Muzi says Rumble is great. Dude, I just found out about Rumble 48 hours ago. So I know nothing about. I just found out about it. I looked at it. I went to it. Wow, this is pretty cool. It's actually groovy. All right, I'm going to check it out. So I signed on. That's it. And I thought, okay, there's another way that we can create income for the show, which, we want to go cover events. Hey, Sean, I keep checking my Cash App. The guy that wanted to ship us to Los Angeles still hasn't sent in the $2,000, Sean. What's going on with that? I mean, come on. You guys want us to go cover an event? There you go. Let's go. The expenses. Come on. What happened to that guy? He was like, hey, would you go cover the? Yeah, of course. Paid. Let's go. We'll go cover anything. It just takes money. We'll do it all for you guys, but it's not cheap. They say 7 income streams are a minimum to be financially secured. Well, we're still a few short, William, even if we had Rumble. But listen, every little bit helps. Every hit, every like button, Every time you subscribe, every time you share, every time you donate, every time you visit one of our sponsors, whether it's our great sponsor, ejdconstruction.com, if you're looking to do anything for your home here in Dade or Broward County, whatever it is, Sloman's Home Shield in 14 different states, whatever, tell them Big O sent you, all that kind of stuff. I mean, whatever it is, it helps us. It's very, very important. You're going to Sports Grill today? Tell them about us. You're going to Walk-Ons? Tell them about us. You're going to Hijinks? Tell them about us. Even if the waitress looks at you like, Big O, what? Huh? Because, most of these waitresses aren't going to know. The managers will probably know about it, but, the waitresses aren't. But still, tell them. That's all. It'll get around eventually. That's all. That's how it is. That's how you help us grow, immensely. Okay? Really. And that's why we just continue to grow. William Russell says, just followed you guys on Rumble. Thank you, thank you, thank you. There we go. There we go. Can you tell us what our followers number is up to, Sean, on Rumble? Just so we can find out how far we are from 100. Because we started off with like 1 or 2 this morning, I think it was. So I don't know what it is, but Sean will tell us eventually here, and we'll figure it out. Tehran's got to get healthy for the last couple of weeks, and McDaniel definitely has a game plan with Armstead being out. So I got hope that the Phinz can win this. Jaden, I have hope too that the Dolphins can win this because they've got good coaches, and I think they'll do their best to try to. And they know this team, they know this defense. The coach knows this defense, so he's got to figure out ways to attack it. Obviously, Tua today has got to be impeccable in getting rid of the football. They got to figure out a way to slow Bosa down. I've talked about, max protection all week long, but then again, that's what the common sense people will tell you. Mike McDaniel goes off a completely different path. Manolo says Rumble is fantastic. Little censorship. Oh, even better. There you go. William Russell says, where did you find the link? In our YouTube page where it says community, that's where all our links are for Nature B, for EJD Construction, for redrecover.com. All of our links are there, plus our Rumble link is there. Isaiah says, Rumble is awesome. Glad to know that I can watch it there. I have the Rumble app already subscribed. There we go. So thank you. Just subscribe to us. We need to get to 100 so you can watch on Rumble. Those of you that already have Rumble or are downloading Rumble, dude, follow us. Get us to 100 so we can, actually broadcast from there and start doing it. I'd love to start tomorrow morning. I'd love for our Monday show. Hell, I'd love that we get 100 and Sean can set up the post-game show on Rumble. That'd be some shit. Okay? That's the challenge is on. Challenge is on. I don't know. Maybe they might make us wait 24 hours or something, even after we get 100 subscribers. I don't know. But still, get us to 100. And who knows? Sean is a miracle worker. You never know with that guy. David Triana says, can you give a shout out to my sister-in-law, Christine Weissens, for her winning her second fight in Bare Knuckle FC last night. She's now 2-0. Wow, that is awesome. Where is she fighting, David? Is she fighting here with BYB locally? Tell us about it, dude. I'd love to go check her out, man. Maybe we could bring her on and talk a little bit about it. What the hell? I would love to do that. Obviously, she's a tough woman. Big O can sign up. Can't go on yet. Okay. Just subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts. Thank you, Jaden. That is awesome. Apple, Spotify. That's the other thing, man. When you subscribe on iTunes, fine. But if you have Stitcher, Spotify, subscribe on all of them. And anytime you see any of our videos, like them. Like any of the clips that Sean puts out, all that stuff helps. You guys don't realize it, even if you can't afford to spend some money on one of our sponsors to help us out, Edge Energy Drink, Walk-Ons or whatever, I get it. Okay. But like the show, subscribe, hit the like on everything that we have, all that kind of stuff. All those little things will also help us out. Those of you that can, donate, visit our sponsors, whatever it is, phenomenal. We love you for that. However it is you can contribute, we are super blessed to have that. Okay? And thank you for the super chat there, David. Very nice of you. Jonathan Levy says, Big O, which restaurants has the best fries? Also, what do you think about the running backs in the next draft? Well, dude, I love the fries at Sports Grill. I just tried the fries over at Hijinks, and I love the way they make their fries. Woo, doggy. Big time. I could eat a lot of those fries. I can tell you that. I mean, there's lots of places that you can get some. I still love McDonald's fries. I still do. You know what I'm saying? I love the waffle fries at Chick-fil-A. I mean, there's all kinds of different fries, man, that I'm sure there's a whole bunch that I'm forgetting now. But yeah, you can find fries all over the place. Jonathan, thank you, my brother. Billy Shaw, thank you also for the super chat. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for all you do, Sean. There you go. You damn right. Matt Street or Saint says, I have a Rumble page. I'm your 25th subscriber. There you go. Randy Nelson says, I'm number 32 on Rumble. Wow, we're moving up quickly. Thank you all out there. Spotify subscriber as well, says Manolo. Thank you, thank you. Are bad jokes a contribution? I have a lot of those. Yes, William Youngblood. Yes, they are. Bad jokes, participating, watching, liking. I love you for it, bro. You're always here, William, man. And that says a crap ton about you, bro. You're awesome. So thank you. Lisa Rose is always here. You know, all of you out there that are incredibly, you know, dedicated to the platform. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I live in Pennsylvania, but I lived in South Florida. I think I'd be at Hijinks daily. Well, I don't blame you. Sorry, I'm an old guy. Can't find the Rumble link. Well, we have it in our where it says community. You'll see community, and then you'll see all kinds of links there. The Rumble link will be there. Look for the icon community on our page. Sean, explain, please.
It's the about, not the community. But also,
it's about.
Yeah, but when we're live, it only gives the 8 that we have. So when we're not live, it's on the description. You can go down and hit it on all of them.
Okay.
When we're live, it only has the 8 that we have up there with our
right.
sponsors.
If not, listen. Right. If not, you could just download the app. Just hit Rumble, download the app, and then just go find Big O Radio Show like always. That's all. You don't have to even, you know how to download apps because obviously you got YouTube. So just download the Rumble app. So, set up your account really quick, and then follow Big O Radio Show on it, and that's it. Where are we at, Sean? Do you know you got a fresh number for us? Because it looks like it's climbing pretty quickly. I like it. Big O Magic Mike is going to have his team ready for this game. He had this game circled from day one.
31.
Huh?
3-1.
31? Okay. Well, we're a third of the way. That's pretty good considering we had 1 or 2 this morning. And I get it. I'm asking a lot of, from people to maybe actually Rum 34 says he is number 31. Big O got 150 on Dolphins ML. Oh, okay, on the money line. Nice. Okay. Just put Big O Radio Show in the Rumble search engine. That's how I found it. Exactly. That's it. Big O, I think the Dolphin defense is the forgotten factor in this upcoming contest against the Niners today. And I'm sure that they want everyone their worth in as possible ascending good season. Super V, I agree with you that, look, it's the obvious is the offensive line and protecting Tua because of Boza and all these maniacs that they have on this line that are going to go after, Tua and try to pressure the quarterback because that's the way you stop this offense because their passing game is lighting up the world, right? So that's the obvious part. But you are so right. Now, McCaffrey's coming in banged up. Debo's coming in banged up. Apparently, Debo has some kind of thigh injury that's lasted a lot longer than he expected. And you got to punish these guys. When they're out there, you got to punish them. Now, to cover Kittle, Ayuk, Debo and McCaffrey. It's not going to be easy, ladies and gentlemen. I don't need to tell you that. You guys are all smart enough. People that are watching this show are hardcore Dolphin fans and really good NFL fans. They understand. So I'm not breaking any news to any of you. I'm not enlightening any of you. You guys know that offense has talent. The defense, you are correct. Besides the offensive line, it's trying to limit that offense. And you've got to find a way to force Jimmy G into some mistakes. He's been pretty good this year, but you know that he has that knack for effing things up. He has that knack of giving the ball away. So you've got to find a way to pressure him. This is the kind of, let me tell you, this is the kind of the kind of game that Bradley Chubb needs to make himself a name for the Miami Dolphins. Right? This is the kind of game that Jalen Phillips has got to come up big. This is the kind of game you got a pretty special safety in Javon Holland. He's got to make some plays here. Kader Kohu. Let's go. You know, X. I don't know how healthy X is. I think he's starting to get healthier because that move he made in the end zone with that interception, that wasn't an interception because it was out of bounds, but he caught it in the air and then brought it around his legs. That kind of told me that he is starting to maybe turn that corner of health. And I think that that's really, really important right now for the Miami Dolphins, that their shutdown corner starts getting back to being a shutdown corner. But Super V, you are 1,000% right. The obvious thing we've talked about has been pass protection, because we know that that's you stop the Dolphins by stopping Tua in the passing game. It's not the running game that's going to be a threat, right? Although it would be nice that it becomes, you know, a stabilizing force in today's game. I'm not saying dominating, because you're not going to dominate against that front, but you'd like for it to be productive. You know what I mean? Now, that's going to be hard for that offensive line going up against those guys. But the key is going to be, more than anything, is protecting. But that's obvious. The defense needs to step up. Okay? They bend a lot and they don't break, right? Today's the kind of game where, yeah, you're going to do some bending, but you need to break them a couple of times throughout, and you've got to break them with some key turnovers. Alan Poupart put up a very disturbing stat. The Dolphins have 11 takeaways in 6 home games. They have none on the road. In 5 games, they have the big ow. That's got to end. You got to find a way. So Super V, you are on it. It's obvious that the offensive line, however it is, whatever Mike's going to do, super quick passing game, whatever he's going to do to counter that pass rush, we all know that that's the obvious one. But the defense needs to make life easier for the Dolphins today. They cannot get manhandled, and they cannot keep putting the offense, you know, behind the 8 ball. You know what I'm saying? They just can't do that. They got to do better than that. 855-912-1056. If you want to get in on the Welt and Rayom text line, that's 855-912-1056. And remember, folks, if you are in a real mess and you have some kind of an accident, you have homeowner damage, condo damage, water damage, before you call any adjuster, before you call any insurance company, call my friends at Welton Rayom. I should know. I lived through it. I allowed my wife to make the mistake of calling Progressive first. And when she was getting royally screwed, I said, enough already. I'm calling Dan and Jeff. And sure enough, Welton Rayom crushed the crap out of Progressive. These insurance companies and their adjusters work for them, not for you. You better get somebody that's on your side. Don't be like Lamar Jackson, that has no representation, and then you end up on the field injured, and you now in your contract year, and you've put yourself in a terrible position, that's what's going to happen if you call the insurance companies, because they have their adjusters and they're looking out for themselves. Progressive was offering me 1/5 of what we ended up getting until Dan and Jeff stepped in. So Daniel Rayom and Jeff Welt will get it done for you. Please call Welt and Rayom anywhere in Dade, Broward, and Palm Beach counties. They're in Hollywood, 954-966-4646. You don't have to initially go to the office. You can get a free consultation on the phone, and you can find out about your case. But if you're right now in some kind of a mess, please call them before you call the insurance companies. The insurance companies are going to hate that they have to deal with Welt and Rayom. I should know. They are the Toronto Armsteads, okay, of insurance. They will protect you to the max. A healthy Toronto Armstead, by the way. They are the Jason Taylors of insurance. They will attack and destroy those insurance companies that are just taking your money and not doing anything for it. 954-966-4646. Those guys kick ass. All right. I know you're going to make 100 before the start of the game. Let's go, Big O. I hope so. I hope we do. I hope we can get the Rumble account to 100 quickly. And who knows? It says 52 followers on Rumble already. Nice. So we're already over the halfway mark. That's it, man. 48. Can we get to the 48 before the game starts at 4:00? Can we have the 100?
55 right now.
55? Look at that. We got 45 to go on Rumble. Let's go. Download the app, Rumble. We have the link there on our YouTube page. If not, just go to your app store, Rumble, iOS or Android, and search Big O Radio Show. Please download it. William Quigley, baby, says our defense, and thank you, William, for the super chat, says our defense has come alive the last 3 years at the back end of each season. The last few games, they have gotten better and better. This game, they need to put it all together. Our offense will light it up. And I think that I'm with William. I think the offense can put up some points. I think McDaniel knows what's coming. He knows that defense well. So I think he's going to have an opportunity. And he's got a really smart quarterback, and he's got two of the fastest receivers in the NFL. Those guys can get open quickly. So I'm not that concerned about that. I'm with William on that. But it's really about the defense. And he's right. The secondary has gotten better and better, even with all the injuries. And by the way, it looks like what I told you, right? Byron Jones is going to come back. I told you he's doing business. I told you this several weeks ago. I told you he was doing business. He has to come back. He has to play in order if he wants to get money in free agency next year. He has to play. And McDaniel said, he kind of he had kind of a semi prediction that, he's going to come back and be the knight or whatever. I forgot. I'm paraphrasing whatever, how he described what he's going to be or something, what you didn't expect or something, come back and shock everybody and all that. And this, by the way, so smart by McDaniel. Some coaches might have gotten pissed and started to ridicule the player or saying, hey, this team needs him and he's got to find a way to get on the field. Never called him out. Never called. The farthest he went was saying, hey, man, our docs have done everything. It's just up to him now, to heal. And that's it. And that's good in relationship wise, because McDaniel knows that whatever games he can get out of him, it'll lead into the playoffs, because if he comes back in a week or 2 or 3, that means he's going to play for the rest of the season and into the playoffs, which then makes you so much better. You know what I'm saying? And he just played that psychological game the entire time. You really got to love the way he carries himself. William, thank you as always. And of course, William is the owner of Cutter's Edge Pro. And I was this morning hanging out with my daughter in the backyard and hanging out with all the dogs, having some fun. They're rolling around in that artificial turf. And I've been telling you now for a few months, about our friends at cuttersedgepro.com. You can go check them out. What I really want you to do is go over to the Instagram page, because in the Instagram page, you're going to see a lot of their work there. And they have a show every Sunday at noon on WIOD. And tree trimming, landscape design, outdoor lighting, irrigation design, and build, by the way, and the synthetic turf. These are all the things that they do, folks. And they do so much more. They have total landscape solutions and landscape maintenance from medium to large HOAs, condominiums, corporate parks, large commercial building complexes in Dade, Broward, and Palm Beaches. You know, when we had those tornadoes, what was it, like a month and a half ago? You know who they called? They called Cutter's Edge Pro. Go to cuttersedgepro.com, ask for William, ask for Mike. Those are the top guys. Obviously, Will is the main man. He's the owner. Mike is his right-hand man. Those two guys do a marvelous job. They've got like 70 trucks. They handle all of Dade, Broward, and Palm Beach counties. Landscaping, outdoor lighting, irrigation, artificial turf, you name it, they do it all. And tell them that the Big O Show sent you. Don't forget, folks, I don't care if you want to make an entire fence that's made of trees. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you want to do, whatever kind of crazy design you want, or you just leave it up to them. And Mike has this mind, okay, that just, it goes in all directions, and it doesn't matter what your yard, how big, how small, he's going to find a beautiful way to just bring incredible life out of it. And the job that they do is second to none. So please give them a ring, 954-472-0622, and tell them that Big O sent you, cuttersedgepro.com. Just registered on Rumble, Bonsai. Thank you, sir. There you go. I love this, man. Let's go. See, you guys really want to help the platform grow. I love that. I love you all for all of that. Jason says, Big O, maybe Flo can convince the Steelers to trade Watson after this performance. I'm watching Lawrence walk off the field. Is he all right? Or is that just halftime injury update?
Oh, no, he looks like he's done.
Yeah, dude, that sucks. That sucks. You end up on a bad franchise, and that's where, by the way, Tua was at that. He was with Flo. It was a bad franchise. Sometimes it ruins players, man. That's where Steve Young was headed. If he stayed in Tampa, he was headed for that. And then Bill Walsh saved his ass. Okay. We have the inactives. Myles Gaskin, Teddy Bridgewater, Noah Igbenogany, Eric Ezukama, Teron Armstead, Austin Jackson, and Hunter Long. So Austin Jackson, as expected, Teron Armstead, sadly, it's the right thing to do. I don't know. I fell for it. I got to tell you, hook, line, and sinker. Some told me, and I had no knowledge of anything or anything. I kind of get the feeling that he was going to try to give it a go, but they did the smart thing. That's the smart thing.
AO.
No doubt. Yes, sir.
They also elevated two offensive linemen, James Impey and Kendall Lamb.
Okay, so the guys were right about Kendall Lamb. Poupart and Marcel, I think it was, that said they thought it would be Kendall Lamb, and they are correct because he's a pure tackle. And then Empey's the other guy you said, right?
Yeah, I think they're just doing some, because you can only elevate each guy 3 times before you got to send them to
right. Keon has already got the
yeah,
exactly. You are correct, sir. You are correct. John, aka Mountain Man, says he's 62 on Rumble. Holy shit. That is awesome. We're down to 38. Let's go. Download that app, Rumble, and subscribe to the Big O Radio Show, baby. I love it. Get us to 100 right away. Hell, we might have the post-game show on Rumble. We might be rumbling. I love it. No, Azukama is inactive, sir. That's what I read. They don't need Azukama. Relax. Folks, they're I don't know what's the love affair with Azukam. I love what I saw from him in the preseason. What do they need him for right now? Is Sherfield injured? Is Craycraft not productive? Is Hill and Waddle not on the field? Let's forget about Eric Azukama. Okay? Let's just forget about him. He's a next year player. That's what he's here for. He's here for next year. Next year, you will not be able to bring back Sherfield and Craycraft probably. So you will elevate Azukama, and then his time will come. But right now, there is no hurry whatsoever to play Eric Azukama at this point in time. Let's just let him get there. Don't worry about it. Let's get Rumble done for the Big O, peoples. I love it, Bonsai. Thank you, thank you. True Fin Fan says there is no way Miami puts Armstead in this game and risks the rest of the season. Rest him till Buffalo, if not the rest of the season. You know, I think that that's what is coming probably. If they weren't going to do the crazy thing of him playing today, harness and all, then that makes a lot of sense that he's on the road with them for these 2 games to help the guys out. He'll see things that they won't see. He can tell the linemen this, that, whatever. So I get why he's there for leadership purposes. It's really important. But you probably will keep him out this week and next week and then play him in Buffalo. I like that thinking. Who knows? Maybe they think his crazy ass is a week away, and that's why he's also on this trip, because they think he's going to play for against the Chargers, not San Francisco. That's the other thing. None of us really know, man. We're all guessing it. We're all throwing darts, and we're all hoping to hit the bullseye. That's all that's what's going on. Nothing else, nothing more, you know. So it is what it is. Let's see. How are people freaking out about a 4th rounder not being? Yeah, I don't know, but it's just one of those things. We got to let it go. Big O, big fan. Why is nobody talking about 4 nobody teams that the Niners have? Because none of it matters now, my brother. Whatever the Niners have done or haven't done, none of it matters until today. Today is what matters. So everybody's picking the Niners. Everyone. I watched the TV. I watched the pregame shows. They all picked the Niners. Nobody's picking the Dolphins right now. And the Teron Armstead injury was something that a lot of people think that Miami cannot block these guys. And maybe that's the truth. But right now, Vegas thinks the Niners are the better team. A lot of the people think that the Niners are the better team. I don't believe that they're the better team. I think Miami's the better team, to be quite honest. The problem is Miami's injured a lot. So that's the thing. If Byron was healthy, if Nick Needham was healthy, if Brandon Jones was healthy, and Teron Armstead was playing, I would tell you they're going to kick the Niners' ass, and they're going to win by 14 points. That's what I would tell you. Because if you get me that healthy secondary, then you're turning over Jimmy G a couple times. But the secondary is not healthy. You're putting a lot of pressure on them. And then now you've also lost Teron Armstead. Okay, I think you're fine from left guard all the way to right tackle, because Shell now will go back to right tackle, what he's used to and where he has excelled for Miami for the last couple of weeks. So you can help him if you have a Bose on that side or anybody else. You can help chip block or whatever. But at least you're all right there. But that's the reason right now. So it really doesn't matter what the Niners have done this season. It doesn't matter what the Dolphins have done this season. The experts think that the Niners are the better team right now. Vegas thinks that they are favored right now. What more can you do? You know what I mean? So really, it doesn't matter, because if the Niners beat them today, you're not going to talk about those lesser teams that they've beaten on their schedule or all that stuff, or that they haven't really faced a lot of high-scoring offenses. And when they did, like the Chiefs, they lit them up like a Christmas tree, because their corners are their weakness, not their safety. Their safety's elite. And Tua's got a job to manipulate that dude and work that secondary. But in the end, Nothing matters that's happened in the past at all. Zero. So go out there and get it done. Beat their ass. And by the way, if you get this win, the respect for the Miami Dolphins is going to go through the roof. Because a lot of people are going to say, well, wait a minute. These guys didn't have Armstead. And Byron Jones is also set to come back in a couple weeks. And these guys went to San Francisco and won this game. And you're telling me that this team was down by 21 and beat the Ravens, and they already beat the Bills? And hold on a second. This is a force to be reckoned with. And today will make you a force. Today will make you believe that you can go to Buffalo even without Armstead and win. That's what happens when you win today. All those kind of things will end up happening because there'll be a different level of respect for the Miami Dolphins. Everybody, I think, around the league has a healthy respect for the Dolphins when they're healthy. But right now, since they're kind of a wounded animal, they're picking the San Francisco 49ers. So let's see what the wounded animal does today. Does that wounded animal go out there and light it up? Is the question. We're going to find out. We are going to find out. By the way, EJD Construction is a proud sponsor and the title sponsor of our program. Call them 305-433-4843, Dade and Broward counties only. I'm sorry because some of our listeners in Palm Beach have been calling, and Eric, and it was my fault. I did not specify that they don't work Palm Beach. They only work Dade and Broward County. And so if you're living in Dade or Broward County, 305-433-4843. Folks, fully insured, liability and workers' comp. So that way, it's the same thing as Cutter's Edge Pro. I always tell you guys this. Do not hire anybody that isn't fully insured. You know, William and all the great people at Cutter's Edge Pro, insured. Eric and all the amazing people at EJD Construction, also fully insured. That way, if any of their workers ever get injured, they're not suing you. They're insured. So it's all covered. And they do it all, man. Right now, the biggest thing that's coming in from our listeners in Dade and Broward counties is your roof. Because of, your hurricane policies expiring, now a lot of them want you to upgrade your roof. And if your home is more than 20 years old, there's a good chance that your roof needs to get upgraded. Call EJD Construction. Full contractor, custom home construction, major home remodeling, folks. They do it all. Shell construction in-house. That's how they keep the cost down. Call Eric, 305-433-4843. Save it on that cell phone. All right. What do we have here? Matt says 24-20 Phinz up. White today, 121 yards and intercept. Yeah, I mean, come on, man. The Mike White thing, he got on film last week, and, he's a nice quarterback, but, a nice backup and all that. But come on, man. Let's not make Mike White out to be like the second coming. And I get it. He has local ties here and all that good stuff, but whatever. Steelers, by the way, are leading 16-6. And Kenny Pickett, 10 of 19, 145 yards and a touchdown. How about that? So nice job by Kenny Pickett, at least. He'll be fine. I think Steeler fans will be happy with him in the long term. It's just, I think somebody was looking up his numbers. They were very comparable to Ben Roethlisberger's first year, which was kind of interesting. Did you see that comparison this week that they put up with Tua's numbers to Peyton Manning in his first, I think, 40 games, both of them, and Tua kills him, just annihilates him. By the way, he came into the league with Marvin Harrison and Edgerrin James, right? So, like, he had some weapons. Then they added Reggie Wayne a couple of years later. But He had weapons when he got there, right from the get-go. Bears leading the Packers 16-10. Packers do have the ball, by the way, so they are trying to take the lead here. Lions are pounding the Jags 23-6. It is the Vikings all over the Jets 20-6 in this one. And as you mentioned, Mike White, 14 of 26, 121 yards, and an interception in that game. It is the Giants beating the Commanders right now, 20-13, 7 minutes left in the third. Eagles leading the Titans 21-10 at halftime. Your favorite quarterback and mine, Ryan Tannehill, 9 of 15, 106 yards and a touchdown. You know why they're losing 21-10? Because Derrick Henry has 7 rushes for 21 yards. That's why they're losing, because their quarterback could never, ever carry that team if his life ever depended on it. If the running back isn't running, they're not winning. It's pretty simple. Broncos leading the Ravens in a bore fest, 6-3, 9:47 left in the third. And the Browns are now, with the alleged rapist, they are leading the Houston Texans 7-5. And by the way, the alleged rapist is 8 of 14 for 96 yards and an interception. Okay. So there you go. The touchdown for the Texans was, for the Browns was Donovan Peoples-Jones with a 76-yard punt return for a touchdown. It's not because Watson led them on any kind of a drive for a score. The only time he was in the red zone, he ended up on a massage table. Just watch the play on the interception. It's in my Twitter feed. Don't forget, Rumble is a new way we want to also be broadcasting, not just on YouTube, but also on Rumble. It's also another way for us to create revenue, quite honestly, for the show. So Rumble is another way, and maybe some of you will start watching us through Rumble instead of YouTube. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's there. So if you get a chance, our link is on the YouTube page, but if not, you could just download the app, Rumble, and please subscribe to Big O Radio Show. Now, we cannot start broadcasting until we have 100 subscribers. And I think we're up to like 62, I think somebody put. So we are trying to get to 100. Who knows? We might be able to do the post-game show also on Rumble, which would be cool. And apparently, I just started using the app this weekend myself. I just found out about it. Apparently, some of you already were way ahead of me, and you've been using Rumble, and you love it. So if you happen to have Rumble, please subscribe to Big O Radio Show. Never leave the radio out. Big O Radio Show. Eric says, bad decision by Lamar to not take that money. His value continues to fall. You don't get massive contracts to QBs who can't pass consistently. Could this injury be the start of his decline? Well, his decline was already starting from last year. Okay. The problem is, again, we're usually ahead of the curve. We're not perfect. We're going to be wrong a whole bunch of times. But a lot of times we're ahead of everybody else. More often than not. Let's put it that way. In other words, we get it more right than we get it wrong. We're going to get it wrong, but we're going to get it right more often than not. And I've been telling you for years that Lamar Jackson's never going to get it done. His kind of game only ends one way, on a stretcher. That's it. It ends up in a hospital. If you can't consistently beat teams from the pocket, then Jalen Hurts, you will end up on a stretcher. It's not that I'm wishing it. It's just that that's what happens to running quarterbacks. Concussion, broken bones, torn ligaments. If that's what you want to do, you go ahead, man. You go ahead. Just let those big, strong, super athletic cannonballs, wrecking balls, just let them get free shots at you, bro. Go ahead. And to Lamar's credit, I rarely give him any credit in his passing because it's so mediocre. But to his credit, he desperately tried this year to stay in the pocket as much as possible to win games. But he's not good enough. And that's why they end up with field goals. Because he has no anticipatory skills whatsoever. He doesn't have great accuracy, doesn't have great ball placement. Now, will he make some throws sometimes? Of course, he's going to wow you. Like all great athletes, they will wow you, but they cannot consistently bore you, because that's what Montana did. That's what Breeze did. That's what Tua's going to do and doing now. All these accurate guys, you take it for granted. It bores you to the point that you're like, you think it's easy, but they're so good at it, they make it look easy. It's like watching Teron Armstead block people. It looks like he's hanging out. It looks like, okay, is that other guy trying? Because Teron's not moving much. And yet he just engulfs the guy. What is this? And it's just the technique that he anticipates the moves. He blocks the guy, engulfs the guy, and the guy, before he knows it, 3 seconds are up, ball's gone, and he's like, oh, well, I'm done. Next play. And it must be a frustrating thing. But that's what all the great ones do. All the great ones make it look nice and easy, dude. And it's not. And that's the problem with guys like Lamar. Passing for them is very difficult because it's not a natural act for them. That's all right. RG3 backs up everything you said. Well, because RG3 was a passer that made it to the NFL. The problem was, God, freaking Shanahan kept him in that game with Haloti Ngata, and he was never the same player again. And that, but he had some skills passing, RG3. I think RG3 had potential to become a really good quarterback down the line, but I think the injuries derailed his career completely, mentally, physically, everything. You got to beat people from the pocket, dude. You can't keep running, bro. Look at RG3. Haloti Ngata got him and broke his ass in half. Haloti Ngata, RG3. How do the speeds with those guys ever come close? They don't. It's just that you're not going to make every right cut. And one day you're going to make a cut that you're going to run into the wrong effing guy. Haloti Ngata. It's bad. I feel terrible for Lamar because too many people in the public shoved all kinds of compliments up his ass, and he kind of ate it up. And then credit to the Ravens for being dedicated to him, but they missed the boat by not forcing him to become a better passer, a pure passer. And that's how you were going to keep him around for a long time. Because, brother, his legs are gold. He has Barry Sanders-like legs. So if you could teach him how to actually pass, which I don't know, maybe you just can't. But if you could, my God, Lamar would be the ultimate weapon. What a shame. Anyway, Big O's is too soon to say that it doesn't look good for Hunter Long's future here. I think the future at the position is on the roster in Tanner Connor. He's already jumped long on the depth chart. Yeah. Yeah, dude. Yeah. And this happens when you change coaching staffs. And when you change coaching staffs, it changes the dynamics of everything that you're doing. And that's the problem. And now some players aren't as valuable in this system as others. And if they don't have the skill set that you need, then, it says 58. Oh, I'm getting Rumble on my phone. I mean, on my watch. It's telling me 58. Anyway, but it's higher than that, right? Somebody said it was 62 now. But anyway, so when you change coaches and you change schemes, this is the risk you run, unfortunately. Carlos Beltran. Hey, you're a hell of a baseball player, bro. Thank you for the love on the super chat there. Does this game determine if Tua's are... Thanks for the joke, bro. I appreciate the joke. Thank you. Yeah. Running QBs in the NFL stand for not for long. Exactly. I was 68 on Rumble, says Michael M. And John R. says he was 67. So we're up to 68. So we should be crossing that 70 mark soon now. Let's go, man. Look at that. And we're about to hit 1 hour of the pregame show. We have another hour to go. And there's nearly 500 people on the chat board right now. Come on. Who's going to be I want to see who's number 100 on that. Sean, do you get to see the subscribers when you go in it physically? No? Okay. So I'm trying to see if we could do something. Now says 77. There we go. Wonder if we could do something for somebody that becomes 100 or something. But I don't know. If I can't track it exactly, then forget it. But come on, man. Get us to 100. Let's go. That is amazing. You guys have responded big time. Can I unfollow and wait for 100? No, don't do that. Don't do that. Follow. We want to get to over 100 so Sean can put us up maybe even for the postgame show. I don't know if he can actually do that. They might make him wait a day or something. I don't know. Not exactly sure what the penalties are overall. Anyway, watching Tua versus Tannehill is like watching a tortoise race a hare, and it doesn't end like the kids' book. Neither this one or the Chargers game determines if Tua is the starter for this team. Oh, I'm not even. That's not even a conversation to entertain, my brother. That's all ridiculous. Jackson out. Yes, he's out with the ankle injury, I believe. Not knee, right? I believe it's re-injuring that ankle. And apparently it's not the same. Astagraph says he sees 78 followers. Wow. We're 22 away. 22 of you could make it pretty special. All right, give us 2 minutes. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back on the other side. Let's get ready for hour number 2. Lee Sterling will join us at 3:15. We'll get his picks right here on the EJDconstruction.com. Phinz Up, baby. Pregame show.
You're listening to Miami Dolphins coverage on the Sports Talk 305 network. Brought to you by EJDconstruction.com. This is the Miami Dolphins pregame show with Orlando Alzugaray.
Red Recover now offers a simple-to-use, professional-grade light therapy device designed to help your dog heal and live a healthier life. Red Recover emits red and infrared light therapy based on the same science that NASA developed, all in a soft, flexible housing pad powered by a convenient, rechargeable lithium-ion battery. Say yes to science and give your dog the care it deserves with Red Recover.
Oh, great. You got a doorbell camera. Now you got a front row seat to your house getting robbed.
No.
And there's nothing you can do about it.
Get out of my house!
Oh, Mom's jewelry. There goes the TV. I'm sure it'll turn up at the pawn shop.
No!
Just because you can see them, that doesn't mean you can stop them. With Slowens, you get 24-hour monitoring, a free home security system, and professional installation. Plus, a free doorbell camera.
Free?
One that'll actually work for you. It's not total security unless it's the Slowens Shield. Call 1-800-ALARM-ME.
If you're a Miami sports fan, then there's only one store to go to, and that's Caneswear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your inner Miami CF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2511 South University Drive in Davie, and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or innermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Caneswear, the spot where inner Miami and all Miami sports fans shop.
When you move, you need a reliable company led by passionate folks, eager to assist its customers during a transitional process that needs to be smooth. Call Essential Moving Experts at 844-368-5750 for all your local and long-distance moving needs. You can rely on Essential Moving Experts. Mention the Big O Show and get $150 off. Family owned and operated, they offer free 30-day storage, full-service moving, fully licensed, bonded, and insured. Moving was never so easy. EssentialMovingExperts.com.
For over 16 years, EJDConstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDConstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDConstruction.com.
Statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyAccess.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. It's time for Dolphins football. Welcome to the EJDConstruction.com Miami Dolphins Pregame Show on the Sports Talk 305 network. The show is mastered by Sean Stanley and Chad Shobe. EJDConstruction.com is a fully insured liability and workers' comp. Call Eric if you need a custom home builder or general contractor. 305-433-4843. Here's your host, the Big O.
All right, baby. Yes, sir. Sean Stanley is the man that masters this program. It is hour number 2 of the show. Lee Sterling is going to join us, by the way. He'll join us at 3:15. So we'll have some fun with Lee, and we'll get his picks for the afternoon. I guess tomorrow too. We'll get Sunday night too at the same time. Might as well. By the way, got a little present in the mail today. Finally got my first one of 3, but I got a Funko Pop of the Edge, baby. The U2 Funko Pops have arrived. There we go, a little Edge. Yeah, so I got my Edge before I got my Bono. So we had that. I got to tell you something. I've got to change the whole look of this studio. We have to enlarge this whole thing and put the camera back, have a bigger, maybe have multiple shots or something. We got to do something. We got to do something because I got too many things. You all are constantly giving me presents to put in the thing, and I can't display them all. It's like it's impossible. Like you can't even see that U2 Funko Pop, and it's right next to my Jay Fiedler bobblehead, which I got a Marlins, Jack in the Box. It's like right on top of it, a little Conine Jack in the Box, but you can't even see any of that stuff. It kind of sucks. My daughter gave me this bat. By the way, nobody's noticed the Mandalorian I added. Nobody's comment on it. You see, right, wait a minute. Right. Oh, wait, that's right. I don't have the live one over. There we go. See right there above my finger, right next to the Eiffel Tower? We added a new Mandalorian. He's just like looking at you right there. He's got the baby Yoda in his hands. You just can't see it from there. The Eiffel Tower literally blocks the baby Yoda. But see, there's like little things that we add, and you just can't get to see them all in here. So we need to we need to change the whole look and make it bigger so we can add all kinds of stuff. My daughter gave me badass Mandalorian. This is a Funko Pop too, but look at this. Look at this thing. But I can't display it because it's too big. Tell me that's not is that badass or what? But I can't do anything about it. I have it here, but I can't display it. We need a bigger stage. We need a bigger one, wide shot, so we can add everything, Because every time I see you all, you're giving me gifts and all that. You're giving me 2 rookie cards and stuff like that. You guys too much, man. You're the best. You are the best. And I thank you all out there for being so damn supportive of our show. I appreciate it immensely. We will get Lee Sterling on in a couple minutes, so we shall talk to him in a few, and we'll get his picks as we get ready for a little San Francisco and your Miami Dolphins. One more thing, also, we like to get you ready and get you in the mood for the games. Roger Morant and, of course, Solo D. Every week, they do a wrap, and they get us ready for the matchups, right? Yeah. Let's bring up Roger. Let's get ready for a little Niners and a little Dolphins. Roger Morant, take it away, sir.
What's up, Phinz fans? Miami travels to California. We're on our own gold rush. The Dolphins have the 49ers on deck. Need to keep that man Debo in check, stop the run, and force Jimmy G to throw. We need to keep the game low scoring, even if the game gets boring. We have a bunch of former Niners on our team. Just wait till Sherpa Wilson Mostert hit the seam. It's a classic matchup meant to protege. Wrap it up, McDaniel, then we're on our way. We done the work and have the calluses. F. Sims and now is putting on a better show than the Aurora Borealis. Dimes. Tua delivers in stride. So many styles on offense, other teams will run or hide. Try to gain some yards and matriculate the ball. Attempt to run against our defense. It's like Simon in a wall. Quick McDaniel, he's so drippy, he will lead us to the crown. Bring us back to glory. Miami Dolphins, Title Town.
Title Town. Waddle.
Title Town. The Dolphins don't move the chains. They score. Waddle, Wilson Hill, and more. We're headed to the Super Bowl. Who's afraid of Nick Bosa? In the end, he's taking Bofa. We need to ground and pound and run the ball all day. Tua's quick release is going to be on display. It's almost time for me to set my reservation. Arizona, get ready. Here comes Dolphin Nation.
Got mine.
Dolphin Nation. Man, it feels good for me to mention Miami and the Super Bowl in the same breath. And do you know who we can thank? Tua Waddle Hill. What a thrill. Tua Waddle Hill. What a thrill. Tua Waddle Hill. What a thrill. Cheetah.
Yeah. We love Roger. And Solo D came up with a good one. We'll play it right after we talk with Lee Sterling. Big O, get ready. Got 50 wings from Flanagan's. Packs of Polly Girl and friends and family over today. One day come through. Hey, you never know. Maybe we do one of those kind of giveaways. Maybe that's maybe we do a charitable giveaway where I do a broadcast from your home. That might be pretty good, right? Something that's good for charity. I kind of like that. My girlfriend likes the flashing tower. I told her you bought it in Paris. Now she wants me to take her to Paris too. Don't give her the whole story, Rob. You'll get in trouble, dude. Don't give her the whole story. I've gotten in trouble with this story already. It's not my fault. I just tried to do what's best for me, but don't tell her the whole story. I'm just telling you. Okay. Let's see. What do we have here? Y'all see that the Dolphins Legends Cruise, I need to sell a kidney to go on it. Oh, I did not know. Why? Is it really, really expensive? Wow. Yeah, Solo D, I agree. Solo D's rap this week was freaking awesome, dude. I mean, it's awesome every week. It's freaking Solo D. He's the man. But yeah, I can't wait to play that one for you after Lee. It was really good, man. It was really good. I always enjoy it, but he had it going. Okay. By the way, you can light it up right now. There's 420 right now in the chat. So go ahead, grab what you got, and light it up right now. You are ready to go. So now we know Armstead won't play. Will we see Max protect? How quick will the offense be getting rid of the football? Can they run against that front seven? All right. I love that the Dolphins are being doubted everywhere. That's always fantastic because that's a great way to convince people that you're better than what they think you are. Debo McCaffrey are coming in banged up to this game. I mean, shocker that McCaffrey's banged up. But Miami needs to punish him every time they get a chance. All right? Jimmy G is a guy that will make mistakes. Miami's got to find a way to force him into some mistakes. They've got some talent on that offense, man. That is a pain in the ass offense to stop. Okay? Apparently the backup quarterback just threw an interception in the end zone for the Broncos. The Broncos are beating the Ravens 9-3.
The Ravens tried to do a trick play.
What was that?
The Ravens tried to do a trick play. They had a receiver throw the ball.
Oh, that's what it was? It was a receiver?
Yeah, the Broncos intercepted in the end zone.
I see it now. I see what you're saying. I saw the highlight now. Okay. I just caught the interception. I was like, oh, they threw an interception in the end zone. Okay, I see it now. All right, folks, don't forget, we're going to go to Lee now in a second, but download the Rumble app. We want to get to 100 as soon as possible so we can start to broadcast from there. That's going to be another option outside of YouTube. So please download the Rumble app and follow us at Big O Radio Show. We just opened up the account last night, I think it was, and we had like one subscriber, and now where are we at now, Sean? What's the latest number when you refresh in the Rumble?
84.
84. So we're 16 away from being able to broadcast live. I'd like to get those 16. Maybe we could even do the post-game show on YouTube and Rumble now. So it's another revenue stream for us. So please follow us there and help us create another revenue stream for the show, which is very important. And those of you that already have Rumble, because apparently you're way ahead of me on this. Did you know anything about Rumble when I sent it to you, Sean? Because I had no idea about it until 2 days ago. Did you know anything about it? I don't hear anything. Did you say anything?
No, the mic wasn't on. No.
Oh, okay. All right, let's do it. Let's find out what Lee Sterling thinks about the afternoon game, some Monday night action, or next on our Paramount Sports segment. Let's fire away. There he is. How you feeling, my man? You feeling good?
Yeah. Might have to come in and help out the defense today or the offense. So I'm an equal opportunity employer. This is going to be a tough matchup.
All the way around.
Yeah. They win this game, Big O, look out. The sky's the limit.
Right. Exactly. Yes. This is going to take one hell of a coaching job in order to overcome this. And that this is a nice test for Mike McDaniel to see if he can, he couldn't overcome the loss of Tua.
No.
So now we're going to find out if he can overcome the loss of Teron Armstead. And I get it. Listen, a lot of people can't overcome their starting quarterback. I mean, that's just the way it is. It's normal. But your left tackle, you saw what happened last week. Once he went out, it just created a whole domino effect to it all. Now, I will say this. By moving Shell to left tackle, you took him out of whack. Mm-hmm. And Austin hadn't played in weeks. So you have a whole bunch of guys that aren't really in sync right now. At least for this week, I will say this. Shell will go back to right tackle where he belongs and where he's actually been serviceable. So at least from left guard to right tackle, you should be all right. It's really what you're going to do at that left tackle spot. I think it'll be Greg Little.
And then what do you do after that, Lee? Chip blocking? Do you line up Smythe? Do you line up Dieter? Do you line up another lineman there next to him, the Lamb guy, also that they signed that is pure tackle? He might be an extra guy. I don't know. I don't know, but I would do a lot of max protect. Look, you play quarterback, so you're going to know this more than I do. But since this is the perfect offense for max protect. Why? Right. Nobody has Waddle and Tyreek, dude. Right. Those guys are going to be able to get open quickly in those 2.5 seconds so Tua can get rid of the football. If you had slow prodding receivers, if you were the New England Patriots, that would be a problem. But on this offense with those two specific receivers, I think you can get away with a lot of max protect today. Your thoughts?
Agree with you 100%. And maybe what's overlooked even more. Usually just one side of the ball you're looking at, you're really excited about. How are the Dolphins going to match up against someone like Deebo Samuel who plays slot, running back, receiver? Who knows? He might even throw the ball. So that's a bad matchup. And I don't think the Dolphins, I don't think they've played a tight end that has the skill set that Kittle has. So that's another thing.
Mark Andrews, pretty close.
Close, not the same though.
No, not the same, but complete.
Yeah, that is close. You're right.
Block the shit out of you and can catch the ball.
Yeah, that's true. No, I forgot about that. So, and then Christian McCaffrey at the backfield if he plays. Oh. I mean,
nobody matches up pretty much with that.
This is a fun matchup. Even if they lose the game, I'd like to at least see them be competitive. Now, I will say this. If they're down, and I can see a scenario where we're down like 24-3, mid to late third, you might want to think about, and if Tua's getting sacked left and right, maybe you take him out. Don't take a chance he gets hurt.
Yeah, no, if he's taking a beating, yes. If it becomes what happened in that third quarter against Houston,
right,
then unfortunately, you're going to have to, serve up the young kid. Right. And because you're not even going to put Bridgewater back there. It's like it would be. No. It's even worse because he's less of an athlete than Tua. Yeah, no, but he's less athletic than Tua. Yeah. That's scary.
Teddy Bridgewater at 21 years old is a totally different player than Teddy. What is he? 30, 31 now, something like that.
Yeah, he's probably somewhere in the 30, 31 range. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, and you're right. Ayuk, Kittle, Debo, and McCaffrey. That's a foursome that is just an absolute pain in the ass right now.
I honestly think that San Francisco might be the best team in the NFL.
My problem is Jimmy G. Until he shows me that he can be clutch, that's the only thing. Because I almost until I feel that that the other shoe's never going to fall on him, then I can agree with you. That's my only thing. But
there's some games.
Everything else about it, you're right. Everything else.
2 weeks ago, he was great. He was really good. He was delivering the ball early, allowing his players at receiver, running back, slot to catch the ball and then make moves and display their skills. Last week, he didn't look good. So there was a couple teams last week that were just going through the motions. San Francisco was one. Kansas City was going through the motions too. You can say whatever you want, but they were playing the Rams and they were looking ahead to that rematch playing Cincinnati today. So I think Andy Reid saved some stuff there. I like Kansas City in that game. And the other game.
Oh, so you like Kansas City minus 2.5 against the Bengals. Okay. All right.
And I'm going to stay away from the Chargers game. I like Dallas big. I think Dallas is going to blow out Indy. Matt Ryan is awful. I mean, what happens is you see some of these guys in uniforms and they look the same, but he and Russell Wilson are 5 years from where they used to be. And I think Dallas is a scary team. I mean, when they put it all together, got some big-time talent. I don't think they can beat the top 2-3 teams. I don't think they can win like 2 in a row in the playoffs, actually they'll have to win 3 because it'll be a wild card. So that would make it tough. But I like Dallas. I like Kansas City. Here's something interesting stat. People always talk about Kansas City's defense being kind of middle of the road. It's not anymore. 35 sacks already on the season, which is more than double what Cincinnati has, 17. And they've totally flipped their roster. They only have 4 players on the roster that were there when Patrick Mahomes was there, which is crazy. He's only been there, like 5 years?
From the Super Bowl win, they only have 4 guys left?
No. From the year he was drafted.
Oh, from the year he was drafted. Okay.
Yeah. 4 guys. That's it. So
go ahead.
Yeah, no, it's a crazy number, like in 4 or 5 years that they've flipped that quick, an entire roster.
By the way, the money came in big on the Niners overnight. It went to 5.
Right. And it
went down to 3.5 for a little bit during the week. Right. And then it stayed at 4 pretty much the rest of the week. And today it's at 5. Right. That's a lot of money coming in on the Niners. Is it just because they found out that Teron Armstead was officially out?
I think that's a little bit of it, but people bet favorites day of the game. That's where the public money generally comes in. There was some money. There were some people I know that when they saw 3.5, they were buying it down to 3. So I think San Francisco's the right side here. I could see them winning this game, something like 31-14, 31-17. So just a tough matchup. I think we'll match up better next week if we can get Armstead back for the Chargers game.
I'm with you there. Any thoughts on the Bucs and the Saints tomorrow?
I love the Saints here a lot. So the first game, Jameis Winston threw 3 interceptions. 2 were awful. Tampa Bay only had 13 first downs in the game. Tampa Bay they move up and down the field. So does the Saints. The Saints just can't put it in the end zone. They are number 4 in turnovers, number 4 in penalized team, and least amount of takeaways from their defense. If they just play a little bit better, they're going to win a lot of games. So they're not that far off. Not that they're an elite team. I just don't think Tampa's the same here, without Gronk. I mean, you can just watch that offense and the line. They're without Tristan Wirtz. I mean, that's one of their best linemen. I like the Saints here in that game, anywhere from +3.5, +4.
All right. Tell them a little bit about Paramount Sports, my friend.
We call it Double Down December. We won 13 out of 16 weeks. Had a rare losing day yesterday. Game that cost me was that Purdue game, which they outgained Michigan, but that front door touchdown with a minute to go when thought they were going to run out the clock happens. But 13 out of 16 winning weeks, Double Down December, $297. Gets you all the college bowls in December. You get 4 weeks of NFL action, ParamountSports.com.
Follow them on Twitter at Paramount Sports, also besides ParamountSports.com. As always, Lee, thank you, my brother. Appreciate you. We'll catch up next week, my friend.
Sounds good. See you, buddy.
You got it. And let me tell you something. That is a lot of money that came in on the Dolphins. I mean, on the Niners. For it to go to 5, holy shit, man. People really feel good about the Niners overall, the general public. And I know what's going to happen here because, we already got a super chat on it, right? If Tua doesn't play well, all of a sudden now he sucks. After everything he's done, he sucks. He's not really real. And the Dolphins are frauds. I mean, I know it's going to happen. That's how we live in this world, one game after another. That's how we live. We win and we're going to the Super Bowl. We lose and we absolutely suck and the world is over and it's all done. And I know that's what I'm going to deal with. Because you have the people that are hiding now, and they can't say anything because the Dolphins have been absolutely outstanding. But then you have those people out there that because they were wrong, it's like watching Bart Scott and all those guys this week. Oh, well, Tua's one hit away from being with Pat White and playing baseball. And that's those people that were so dead wrong about Tua that now they need to do anything possible to try to fix their argument. Since they said he couldn't play, he has a noodle arm, he's not smart enough, lazy, whatever stupid excuse they came up with. If he gets injured, they're like, well, his injury history, see, that's why it didn't matter what I said about playing. He wasn't going to stay healthy anyway. And so I know what we're headed to. if there's a loss today. Okay? I know where we're headed to. I get it. I'm not headed there. I know this is a fantastic team. I know there's a chance that they could lose today. They're playing a hell of a team, and they're not healthy. So they're missing some really important pieces to this team that would help out a lot. But I know how this game is played. Steelers, by the way, are only leading by 6 now, 19-13, as the Falcons scored a touchdown in the third quarter. The Packers are now trailing the Bears 19-17. Packers do have the ball, by the way, in Chicago territory right now. They're at the 32-yard line, I believe, of the Chicago Bears. It is the Lions doubling up the Jags 30-14 right now. It is the Vikings leading the Jets 20-12 to start off the fourth quarter. In that game, Mike White, 21 of 36, 208, and an interception. So he's not really lighting it up. Kirk Cousins, by the way, only has 104 yards, no touchdowns, and no interceptions. He's the reason why I don't believe in the Vikings. I just don't believe in Kirk Cousins. I think he's good enough to maybe get you to a playoff. I think he's good enough to put up some decent points, but I just don't think he's a franchise quarterback. I just don't see him that way. Giants beating the Commanders 20-13, 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Eagles leading the Titans 28-10, 3 minutes left in the third. Broncos leading the Ravens 9-3, 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter. And the Browns are leading the Texans 14-8. Fourth quarter is underway, and in that game, the alleged rapist, let's give you his stats. 26 women sued him. I'm sorry. That's not the stat that I was talking about. The football stats is what I'm supposed to give you. I'm sorry. I'm kind of used to, the game he's been playing the last year. It's in the courtroom. Watson is 11 of 20 for 121 yards, no touchdowns, and an interception. Nick Chubb has 75 yards rushing on 13 carries. So are you telling me that their score was twice on defense or special teams? No, Denzel Ward, a 4-yard fumble recovery for a touchdown, and a Donovan Peoples 76-yard punt return for a touchdown. So a special teams and a defensive touchdown for the Browns is what has them in the lead. The rapist hasn't been the alleged rapist hasn't been able to make any real offensive moves. 855-912-1056. That's 855-912-1056 if you want to get in on the Welt and Rayom text line. I can't help myself. Yeah, Sean, what do you want?
95.
No shit. Wow. We are 5 away. 5 away. Come on, I gave you a pretty good joke there to end the Watson thing. That alone, come on. Let's go. Download Rumble and subscribe to Big O Radio Show. Get us to 100. Get us over 100 so we're locked in. You know what I'm saying? And we can start broadcasting live from Rumble along with YouTube. It's another revenue stream for us. For those of you that are just tuning in the last 10 minutes, 20 minutes, you didn't hear. But we have just signed up for Rumble this weekend. And we need one of the requirements in order for us to go live on our channel. We must have 100 subscribers, at least 100. So if you already have Rumble, please subscribe to our show, Big O Radio Show. Don't leave the radio out. Big O Radio Show. You'll find it. Subscribe, please. Okay? And get us over 100. And who knows? We might be on Rumble on the postgame show. I'm just saying. It's a possibility. I downloaded it, couldn't find Big O. That's because you're not putting Big O Radio Show, Dude 67. Everybody always forgets the radio. Big O Radio Show, and you will find it. Okay? So there you go. Help our special teams shows up. Hope our special. Yes, I'm with you. To quote Dave Chappelle as Rick James, that was cold-blooded. Yeah, but it was good. I thought it was pretty good. Ad-libbing there, just coming up with something. I thought that was pretty good. All right, yeah. Let's get ready to rumble the channel. I don't want to get in any trouble. I don't want to pay that guy any money. I don't have money to pay him. We don't have enough revenue streams to pay him. So let's get ready to rumble the channel. Okay. Start stating the obvious. Miami needs to score first to take the pressure off a bit. It would help. It would help. It's 4 quarters, man. It's 4 quarters. If the Dolphins lose today, the butthurt Tua hater is going to come out of the closet talking. Oh, for sure. Stephen Harris, for sure. They're going to do it. All right. Solo D, as always, comes strong, dude. Every week. We love listening, watching, downloading Solo D's amazing work. He is just a gifted person. He's got skills beyond belief. And Solo D, the godfather of South Florida rap, South Florida sports rap. Okay, because we do have some rappers in town that are pretty damn good. The godfather of South Florida sports rap lays another golden track for Dolphin fans all over the world.
West Side Solo. Look, 8 wins, now we headed to the West Coast. Let's go. We took your OC and made him to a head coach. Let's go. They say the schedule looking scary, we ain't scared though. Let's go. A bunch of Dolphins vibing out in Frisco. Let's go. North Cal. Let's go. Down south. Let's go. Worldwide. Let's go. DWA. Let's go. We go on and on. Can't understand why the fence so strong. We must got that tool power. Feeling electric, we can't lose the power. But the Niners ballin', y'all won't lie. But see the Phinz team clicking on both sides. Offense moving up, you can't stop the show. That defense blocking throws from Garoppolo. We got 8 wins, now we headed to the West Coast. Let's go. We took your OC and made him to a head coach. Let's go. They say the schedule looking scary, we ain't scared though. Let's go. A bunch of Dolphins vibing out in Frisco. Let's go. North Cal. Let's go. Down south. Let's go. Worldwide. Let's go. DWA. Let's go. So low, G. So low, G. Tell me when to go.
Yo, EWA going to the West Coast, baby. Let's go. Yo.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Double cross tattoo.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Means forever, you know?
Let's go.
There you go. That was good. That was good. Little Dolph Freaky action there too. Way to go, Dolph Freaky. She's got some ink on there also. She's the NFL Fan of the Year. Make sure your asses are voting for her, by the way, so she can win the overall Fan of the Year. That woman has got an amazing heart and energy, I got to say. Everything, even when the cane hit on the West Coast, she was helping out because she lives on the Florida West Coast and helping out all the people over there. And she's in every Dolphin event and charity and everything. She is a golden Dolphin fan, got to tell you. And her husband, that dude is the bomb, okay? That dude is awesome. So good people. And Solo D, let's go. That was just fan-freaking-tastic. I don't know how we don't have Roger, like, you know, doing something at the stadium. And then, obviously, Solo D. Can you imagine that rap inside Hard Rock Stadium? The entire place would be, let's go. They'd be cranking it, dude. Come on. Tom Garfinkel, baby. Let's go. We've got 2 amazing fans. And Solo D's been doing it for so many years. He should be in the stadium for that. He's good for Dolphin Nation, man. He's not out there doing anything bad or, dropping all kinds of, bad words or anything. No, he's doing it in a really clean family fashion that would fly at the stadium. I think we're missing out a little bit here, not having Solo D kind of take the stage and pumping up. You know how the Heat have DJ Irie and stuff like that like that kind of stuff working? The same thing that we should have. Solo D should be our DJ Irie. That's what it should be. But he's not DJing per se. He's just dropping that weekly rap that would have the entire stadium just going nuts, man. Obviously, today can't do it because you're on the road. But you know where you do it? You put it on the Dolphin website. That's what you do. And then you have, what they're going to be in charge of all their pre and post game show next year because obviously QAM's losing it. So everything's going to be in-house. You can bring Solo D in-house, part of your production. I listen, I'm just saying, have some fun with this, man. And you've got some great, great Dolphin fans, that are part of all of this. So why not keep them included in all of that? You know what I'm saying? Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention Jeremy. Thank you once again, because I showed the card earlier, but I didn't mention Jeremy. And I said, let me mention Jeremy there and give him a little love for that. All right. Anyway, are we at 100 yet? Did we hit 100? Are we at 100? Alexis says it's 96 with me on Rumble. Okay, we are 4 away. Come on, man. We're 21 minutes before the end of the show, before we got to hand it off and go to the game, and then we'll come back after the game when that's done, and we'll talk about the Dolphin win. Yeah, I said it, the Dolphin win. Okay. Nice Struts video on Rumble. Yeah, baby. I put a little Phoenix, little Struts, a little Jack White from last night. I really enjoyed Phoenix. Love the Struts. The Struts were fantastic, dude. Jack White put on a hell of a show. The only thing I don't like about those festivals is that the what's that called? The shows are short. They're not long enough. Yes, sir.
110.
Get the hell out of here. 110? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Sean this morning goes to me, well, the requirement is we got to have 100 subscribers in order to get. I said, well, then let's work on that. We're here to overcome, bro. You put a wall in front of us, we need to overcome it. You put another one, we'll knock that mother effer down, and we're going to overcome. They're going to stop us. So there you go. Now the question is, can Sean get us on Rumble Live in postgame? I don't know if they'll allow him that. I don't know if Sean might be able to do it. I don't know if a Rumble will allow it, or maybe Rumble will allow it and we'll figure it out. But if we can figure it out, we're going to add it to the postgame show here for sure and get it going. Muzi says postgame show on Rumble and YouTube today. Now, we're going to try. Sean will try. I know he'll try to see if he can actually get it done with all of that. But that is so cool, man. And keep subscribing to Rumble. Please. We need let's build it up. And plus, if you own Rumble and that's where you've been watching videos now, well, then you're just going to be able to start watching us on Rumble too. That's all. Pretty simple. So there you go. And maybe, you know what? Maybe we'll start doing like a little exclusive show on Rumble once a week. Maybe that's what we'll do. So there'll be one show that's specifically not our weekday shows that are, but like something on the side that we'll do like we'll all Rumble together. I like it. I like it. Congrats, Big O. Great job, everybody. Exactly, Muzi. Ray Rod says, I'm in Orlando too, and no game. Have to go to the Buffalo Wild Wings to watch it. Wow. How are they not showing this game in Orlando? What shit are they showing you in Orlando? Oh, I see, the Cincinnati, Kansas City game, right? Is that what they're doing? I get it. It's a sexy game, but the people in Florida should all be watching the Dolphins game. We have a ton of Dolphin fans in Central Florida and the Panhandle. Fans that they've been Dolphin fans forever. They don't change just because they got the Bucks or they got the Jags. There's a lot of Dolphin fans that stayed Dolphin fans and passed it on to their kids in Central Florida, in Northern Florida, the Panhandle. That's not cool. That's not cool. I think that's read really wrong, man. John says, get Solo D in the building. I agree. I don't know how they haven't done it. Big O, you ever think about doing Twitter Spaces? Yes. We're gonna do that too. My voice is getting back, and once I get out of this soreness, which I think I'm pretty much getting into the clear, I think we'll be all right once we do it, because Orlando's apparently a Jags market. Yeah, but aren't the Jags playing at 1, Doggy? Yeah, right? Yeah, they are. I've been reading the Jags score. It's not on at 4 o'clock. The Jags are over at 4. So they should go to the Dolphins game after, my man. You're right. But the Tampa one, I get Tampa. But in Orlando, should you get Tampa? If you want Miami instead? I don't know. And plus why would you in Orlando, unless you're really a hardcore Tampa fan, but really that game sucks. Who wants to watch? What is it? Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Let me see. Is that game? No, that game's going on too at 1 o'clock, right? Hold on. Let me refresh this damn thing here. Oh, no, that game's Monday night. So, again, it doesn't get in the way. The Bucks game doesn't get in the way. The Jags game is a 1 o'clock game, and they're losing 33-14. Yeah, no. The Dolphin game should be on in all of Florida. Really should. What do you got, Sean?
What I think happens, though, is if it's in the Jags market, like here, you have the CBS usually does the 5th quarter. So we don't get a second game. So I think that's probably what's happening.
Move it over to your WBFS or whatever the hell that is. They've got to have their own, other channel like that over there too. Just move that crap over to that and then play. I don't know. How do you not put that Dolphins Niners game? That's one of the best games of the week. I get the Chiefs and the Bengals. Dude, that's a hell of a game. That's a sweet game to watch. Okay. All right. Let's see. What else do we have? Big O, looking forward to seeing how McDaniel adjusts to the 49ers D-line. What do you think? More sweeps, the run game, short and wide receiver routes? Well, I've talked about it all week, Andrew. Some max protect, quick routes by Waddle and Hill. That's how I think you counter what they do. We'll see. But I am putting 6 linemen a lot on the field. I'm going with a lot of max protect. You give 2 a time, he's going to be able to burn these guys. And I think that if you design it right, the speed of Waddle and Hill, they will be able to get open all the damn time. I truly feel that. So I think that that's how you counter it. I don't know how much the running game is going to be playing a part here. I don't expect them to have a ton of success running the ball. Browns, by the way, have extended their lead on the Texans 24-8. Broncos leading the Ravens 9-3, all late in the 4th quarter. Early 4th, Eagles routing the Titans 35-10. And of course, why do you think they're losing 35-10? What happened? But if Ryan Tannehill is this great quarterback, remember how he played 2 weeks ago? That he played out of his mind, and he played really well. I got to give it to him. But then last week came back, and now this week, it's just athletes. Remember what I keep telling you about athletes. I don't care if they look like Tannehill or they look like Lamar or they look like Jalen Hurts. In the end, they're going to wow you with some plays, but consistently they won't be able to beat you. That's it. Philly's just lucky right now because they're a really good team overall. But eventually he'll be put in positions where he's going to have to pass because they'll play better teams down the line and in the playoffs, and then that's when you will get exposed. That's the bottom line. And I read a story where Ian Rappaport says they might be open to bringing Jimmy G back. That tells me the Trey Lance experiment is not something that's convincing them that much if they're willing to bring Jimmy G back. Now, that is floating around now because everything's all well and good. If Jimmy G flounders down the stretch, that talk will dissipate quickly, and then they'll say, well, no, we got to move on. Either with Trey or we got to find somebody else to bring in with Trey. So we shall see. Bip Hop 66 says, statement game today. McDaniel will call a great game. I don't know if any one game becomes a statement because one game cannot define anything in football unless it's the Super Bowl because that's the final game. But really, this is not a statement game. It's a statement season. That's why you're 8-3. And if you go 9-3, the bigger statement is not that you beat the Niners. The bigger statement is that you've won 9 of 12 of your first 12 games. And you only lost those 3 because your quarterback missed it. So that's going to be the ultimate statement that it's going to show. Because with Tua, you beat the Niners on the road. With Tua, you beat the Ravens down by 21. With Tua, you beat the Bills. You've dominated the Patriots. You just continue to win games, period, overall. And that to me is really the statement. It's not about the one game. It's about the entire season. That's how you make a statement, because that's been our problem in the past, that there's one game and then you say, well, this one game defines who they are. No, it doesn't, because a one game can be an aberration. It could be a fluke. But if you go 9-3 with the wins that I just mentioned, there is no fluke now. That's your statement. The statement is the Dolphins can beat anybody as long as Tua is healthy. And by the way, that is your statement today. You're undefeated with Tua when he starts and finishes the games, right? Well, if he starts and finishes this game without Teron Armstead, the statement is Tua becomes that much more important to you than ever. So that's really what it's all about. Our problem has been in years past that because of one specific performance, we think that we actually have a good football team down here. And that's been wrong every single time. Because in the end, you prove that you're really not that good. But this team, all throughout the year, has proven that it's really good. Today becomes another tough test against one of the best opponents in the NFL, and you're missing arguably your second most important player. Right? Arguably, Tua's number 1. Is Teron Armstead number 2? There's over 400 people, 440 people right now. Is Teron Armstead the second most important player on the Miami Dolphins team? Yes or no? You tell me. Go ahead. Put in the vote right now on the chat board. Yes or no? Simple. Yes, Teron Armstead's the second most important player on the team. No, he's not. Yes. One guy put number 1. Yes, 1,000%. Yep. See what I'm saying? One no came in. But I think most people are going to agree with me on this one. He's the second most important player because obviously without your quarterback, you're not going anywhere. You can't replace your quarterback. But guess what? You can't replace your left tackle. So now, can Mike McDaniel find a way to hide the deficiencies of losing your left tackle? We're going to find that out. Okay. Plus, I want my streak alive of continuing the stat that we first told everybody about, and then they realized, because it was Jalen Hurts and Tua as the only quarterbacks in the NFL that were undefeated in games they started and finished. Jalen Hurts obviously has lost now, so they no longer can be in that, but Tua's the only one left. So, let's not F it up now. Let's get it done. Yes, 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 everywhere. Rosendo says, no, Armstead is the MVP along with Tua. It's a tie. Well, whatever. Oh, that's fine. Two tight ends? Well, you need blocking tight ends, so it's got to be Smythe. C, says Ray Rod. I would say Tua, Hill, Waddle, and Armstead. Oh, man. I disagree with you, Matt. I think Armstead is the second most important player. You can't find Hill and Waddle if you don't have Armstead. That's the thing. You got to have them in order to find them. And you know what? You know what, Matt? I'll agree with you if they win today. If they win today, then I'll say, okay, Armstead drops to 4. Waddle and Hill and Tua obviously were super important in today's win. Maybe the defense too. Defense, man, a defensive score would be huge today. Would be enormous in this game. A defensive score. But see, most of you agree with me. But to Matt's point, if you win today, then Armstead can go to 4. Because obviously Tua, Waddle, and Hill must have had, they were a thrill. Tua, Waddle, Hill. What a thrill. Tua, Waddle, Hill. What a thrill. Cheetah. And once again, thank you. Out there, we ask for something. We ask you to help out our platform. You always help out our platform grow. We ask you, we need 100 subscribers on Rumble, and you guys go and download the app. Some of you already had it, and you subscribe, and you get us well over 100 already. And we now can broadcast live from there, I think. I'm not sure. Sean will probably keep me updated on that to see what the hell is going on with that. Muzi, thank you, sir. I'm sorry, Knight. Thank you for the love on the super chat. By the way, let me go to Cash App or Venmo. See if we got any love on Cash App or Venmo. Let me see. Oh, we got a little Cash App, Venmo love. Brett Franz. I'm Hans, and I'm Franz. And we're here to pump you up. Armstead being sidelined today is tough. Expect to see a lot of quick passes and disguises to open up big plays over the middle. Just hope Tua stays clean. I'm with you, Brett. Let's hope he stays clean, man. And thank you for the love on Venmo. Remember, you can always make a donation through Cash App or Venmo. That is Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. And remember, on Cash App, you can always send a little Bitcoin donation, baby. We love our Bitcoin donations on Cash App. Those are my favorites. Can't complain. Let's see. I think we're going to see Waddle look a lot like he did last year. Quick possession passes, get rid of the ball quick, and Tua trusts Waddle more than anyone. Could see something like 8 receptions, 70 yards. As long as it leads to scores and you move the chains, I'm with you, brother. I got no problem with that. But I think you're right. I think we're going to see a lot of quick, short stuff because they're not just this. We go back to last year now. You don't have enough time to wait for the long developing plays. So you need to get rid of it quickly. I'm really intrigued to see how they handle it. All right, let's thank Sean Stanley, as always, getting it done. We thank Lee Sterling, Paramount Sports. Go to ParamountSports.com. He's been on an amazing roll. We thank all of you out there for tuning in, for sending us a donation through Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show, or if you sent the super chat. And also, thank you for subscribing to Rumble and following us on Rumble. We're going to do our best to try to see if we can get to, broadcasting live on Rumble as soon as possible now that we've got that done with on followers. We will see you right after the game. The second the game ends, we'll be back. We'll have our insiders fresh from the locker room. I'll give you my thoughts on the game, and hopefully we'll be talking about a win and the Dolphins improving to 9-3, and this being the best win of the season. Hang in there, Dolphin fans. Stay positive. Stay strong. Fins up. Hashtag Phinz Loyalty. Make it a thing. Hashtag Phinz Loyalty. Put it out there. We'll see you after the game. You all be good out there. Same time, same place, same bat channel. Fins up.
This has been the EJDConstruction.com Miami Dolphins pregame show on the Sports Talk 305 network. The show is mastered by Sean Stanley and Chad Show. From home to kitchen to bathroom additions and remodelings, get in contact with one of the best contractors in the business. Call Eric at EJDConstruction.com, 305-433-4843. Please subscribe to our platform by searching Big O Radio Show on all digital avenues. We'll be back with a complete wrap-up of the game once the last second ticks off the clock. Thank you for your support and enjoy Dolphins football.